Welcome back to Pulse of the Planet, bringing you the latest news from around the world. On the banks of the Detroit River, a new giant has risen, the Gordie Howe International Bridge. Its silhouette now dominates the skyline, a testament to human ambition and the enduring spirit of two cities separated by water but united by history. As the sun rises, its golden light glints off the bridge's soaring cables, hinting at the promise of a new chapter for this vital crossing. Its towers now reach for the clouds, the final touches being applied to a project decades in the making. Generations have watched and waited as plans took shape, blueprints became reality, and thousands of hands worked tirelessly to bring this vision to life. The bridge stands as a symbol of perseverance, overcoming countless challenges and setbacks along the way. For Windsor and Detroit, this bridge is more than concrete and steel. It's a promise of connection and a future built together. It's a place where families will reunite, where cultures will blend, and where the hopes of two nations meet in the middle. The bridge is a living link, carrying not just vehicles but dreams, aspirations, and the shared stories of generations. The idea was born from necessity. The aging Ambassador Bridge could no longer handle the relentless flow of goods and people. Traffic jams stretched for miles and the old structure groaned under the weight of modern commerce. The need for a new crossing became urgent, not just for convenience but for the economic lifeblood of both countries. The Gordie Howe Bridge was envisioned as a modern public solution, an investment in shared prosperity. It represents a commitment by both nations to work together, to invest in infrastructure that benefits everyone, and to create opportunities for future generations. The bridge is a bold statement that progress is possible when borders become bridges, not barriers. Named for Gordie Howe, a cross-border hockey legend, the bridge stands for toughness, endurance, and unity. Gordie Howe's legacy is woven into the very fabric of this structure, a reminder that greatness is achieved through teamwork, resilience, and a relentless drive to connect people on both sides of the river. As the bridge nears its grand opening, its road deck and multi-use path are ready, and the ports of entry await a new era of traffic. Soon, cars, trucks, cyclists, and pedestrians will flow across, ushering in a new age of mobility and cooperation. The anticipation is palpable as communities on both sides prepare to embrace the opportunities this bridge will bring. It's a marvel of engineering, designed to ease congestion and strengthen the North American economy. Every cable, every beam, every inch of concrete has been meticulously planned to ensure safety, efficiency, and longevity. The bridge is not just a structure, it's a vital artery, ready to carry the pulse of trade and travel for decades to come. Yet, as the final bolts are tightened, a shadow falls, casting doubt on the unity it was built to celebrate. Questions linger about the challenges ahead, from political tensions to economic uncertainties. But for now, the Gordie Howe International Bridge stands tall, a beacon of hope and a symbol of what can be achieved when two nations dare to dream together. To truly appreciate the Gordie Howe International Bridge, you must first grasp the sheer scale and remarkable ingenuity behind its creation. This is not just a bridge, it's a modern marvel, a testament to what human ambition and engineering can achieve when pushed to the limits. Stretching an impressive 1.5 miles across the Detroit River, the bridge's 6 wide lanes are suspended from 2 colossal towers, each soaring over 700 feet into the sky. These towers are among the tallest structures in the region, visible for miles around, and serve as the backbone of the entire crossing. These mighty towers anchor a network of 216 stay cables, each one engineered to hold the massive road deck securely in place. Together they create a striking silhouette against the skyline, especially at sunset, when the bridge becomes a dramatic landmark on the horizon. Unlike the older Ambassador Bridge, this new crossing is designed with efficiency in mind. It connects major highways directly on both sides of the border, allowing heavy trucks and commercial vehicles to bypass congested city streets. This not only streamlines international trade but also improves daily life for local residents by reducing traffic and noise in nearby neighborhoods. The bridge deck itself is exceptionally wide, providing 3 spacious lanes in each direction. This generous width ensures smooth traffic flow even during peak hours and allows for future growth as cross-border travel increases. In addition to vehicle lanes, the bridge features a dedicated multi-use path for pedestrians and cyclists. This thoughtful addition encourages active transportation and offers breathtaking views of the river. making the bridge a destination for locals and visitors alike. Its robust construction is specifically engineered to withstand the region's harsh winters, with reinforced materials and advanced design features that protect against snow, ice, and freezing temperatures. The bridge is built to handle the relentless demands of North American trade, supporting thousands of trucks and vehicles every day as they move goods between Canada and the United States. Throughout its construction, the red and blue cranes became symbols of the partnership between Canada and the US, working side by side to bring this ambitious project to life. The collaboration extended beyond machinery, uniting workers, engineers, and communities on both sides of the border. Now, as the final systems are installed and the finishing touches are made, the Gordie Howe International Bridge stands as a landmark of collaboration, innovation, and hope for the future, a true titan connecting nations and people for generations to come. The Gordie Howe International Bridge was built out of economic necessity, not vanity. The Detroit-Windsor corridor is North America's most vital trade link, moving over $77 billion in goods each year. The auto industry, deeply integrated across the border, relies on fast, predictable crossings. Sometimes a single part crosses 7 times before assembly. The aging Ambassador Bridge became a bottleneck, threatening the entire continent's supply chain. The new bridge offers essential redundancy, ensuring trade can flow even if one crossing is disrupted. Financed by Canada, it's a multi-billion-dollar commitment to stability and shared prosperity. Businesses and workers on both sides plan their futures around it. The bridge is the physical embodiment of a deeply intertwined economic destiny. As the last sections of the bridge were set in place, a sense of accomplishment filled the air. But just as the final bolts were tightened, the political ground shifted beneath everyone's feet, casting a shadow over the celebration. President Trump's return to office in 2025 brought a swift and dramatic reversal of U.S. trade policy, sending shockwaves through both sides of the border. The new administration's approach challenged the very principles the bridge was built on: cooperation, open trade, and mutual prosperity, replacing optimism with uncertainty. Tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum hit first, targeting the raw materials that had literally built the bridge and threatening the industries that depended on them. Almost overnight, these tariffs disrupted the intricate supply chains the bridge was meant to serve, leaving warehouses emptier and trucks idling at checkpoints. By March, threats of new tariffs on Canadian autos escalated tensions even further, putting thousands of jobs at risk and making business leaders anxious about the future. In July, a sweeping 35% tariff on Canadian imports weaponized the border, sending trade volumes plummeting and making cross-border commerce more difficult than ever before. The bridge, once a symbol of partnership, was now turning into a barrier. Lines of trucks stretched for miles, and the border became a choke point instead of a gateway. For Detroit and Windsor, the bridge now felt like a monument to a fading era of unity. The impact was immediate: confusion, delays, and a growing sense of frustration on both sides. Soaring costs replaced the smooth flow of goods, as businesses struggled to keep up with new paperwork, inspections, and unpredictable wait times. Shippers and businesses scrambled to adapt to new rules and tariffs, working overtime to find alternative routes and renegotiate contracts, but the uncertainty was overwhelming. The just-in-time system, once the backbone of North American manufacturing, ground to a halt, leaving factories idle and workers anxious about their livelihoods. The economic logic behind the bridge was under assault, as empty warehouses and abandoned projects became a common sight. The promise of seamless connection was dissolving into economic division and political hostility, leaving communities on both sides to wonder if the bridge's golden age had already passed. The trade war's impact was immediate and personal for those living along the border. In Michigan and Ontario, the highly integrated auto industry began to fracture as tariffs caused delays and costs to soar. The closure of the Stellantis plant in Windsor sent shockwaves through both communities, threatening thousands of jobs. Factory workers, truck drivers, and small business owners faced an uncertain future. Cross-border traffic plummeted, and once bustling streets grew quiet. The bridge, meant to unite, now overlooked a growing divide. Families with ties on both sides found crossing fraught with tension and uncertainty. The easy kinship between Detroit and Windsor eroded, replaced by anxiety and mistrust. The conflict was no longer distant politics, it was a daily reality straining families and businesses. Canada refused to stand idle in the face of escalating tariffs. Prime Minister Mark Carney's government responded with targeted retaliatory tariffs, aiming to pressure the US politically. The crisis forced Canada to rethink its economic strategy, accelerating trade deals with Europe and the UK to reduce reliance on the US. The external pressure sparked a wave of national unity and a surge in Buy Canadian sentiment. Political divisions faded as leaders united against the tariffs. Canada's response was multi-pronged: economic retaliation, global diversification, and a renewed sense of sovereignty. The government signaled it would not be a passive victim. Instead, Canada charted its own course, determined to protect its future. The nation stood firm, even as its relationship with its closest ally was tested. The US-Canada trade conflict triggered a global reaction. The European Union and other major economies retaliated against American tariffs, signaling the end of unilateral US trade actions. The cycle of tariffs and counter-tariffs began to unravel decades of global trade relationships. The US, once a champion of free trade, found itself increasingly isolated. Institutions like the WTO struggled to maintain order as American policy defied established rules. The looming review of the USMCA in 2026 threatened further instability. What began as a bilateral dispute became a crisis of global trust and cooperation. The nearly finished Gordie Howe Bridge became a symbol of this larger breakdown. As autumn falls in 2025, the Gordie Howe International Bridge stands complete, a marvel awaiting its fate. Built as a symbol of unity, it now opens in a world defined by division. The bridge's future is a litmus test for the US-Canada relationship and global cooperation. If the trade war persists, the bridge risks becoming a monument to lost opportunity, yet some see it as a strategic asset, ready for a future when sanity returns to policy. Its existence could rally leaders to restore open trade. The bridge stands at a crossroads, testament to partnership or symbol of a painful rift. As it opens, it asks us all, do we build walls or do we build bridges?